Hello, my name is Bianca Masala and welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm just gonna do a little rant. This video isn't scripted and it's probably to a certain extent going to be politically incorrect. I know while I do feel like I'm going to state a lot of facts in this video, I'm also just going to give some of my own personal projections on how I may feel about myself subconsciously. So, growing up, I didn't feel represented by the media. And what I mean by that is that, like, again, I'm going to try to be politically correct, but I know I'm going to say certain things that aren't politically correct, you know. But like growing up, like I felt like I wasn't represented in TV and television. And I feel like when you're not represented that way, or not even just in TV, but like in music, you know, the lack of black pop stars, like who is the black Britney Spears, you know? It's probably Michael Jackson, you know. I feel like it wouldn't be a Britney Spears without Michael Jackson, but I feel like I'm talking about specifically with females, you know. And you could argue that Britney Spears is just white Janet Jackson, and I do agree, you know. But I feel like, I mean like a more youthful, a more younger type of representation. Like I notice, again, some of the stuff I may say might be literally wrong, but this is just my observations as a dark-skinned monoracial black girl. Something I notice is that I don't see a lot of people who look like me on TV who are as youthful as I am. I notice a lot of the dark-skinned female characters are either very old or older or like a mammy type, you know. And if they do put a black girl on television, I feel like it isn't the most politically correct role that a black girl should be playing, you know. Like you, and I have nothing against Jenna Ortega, you know. I actually like her, so don't turn this into this having to do anything. I'm looking at my phone, I'm sorry. Do anything specifically with her. But you know her show Wednesday, I know it's not her show. I know it's, what's that guy that made The Nightmare Before Christmas? I forgot his name. I know it's like, I think it was produced by him. I could be wrong. I know it for a fact it's not her show, but she's on it. But a lot of people know her as Wednesday. You know the girl Bianca on the show? And again, I want to state this. I didn't watch the full show. So maybe I'm wrong, you know. But you know the character Bianca, the girl with the shaved head, why is she the only dark-skinned black character? And not only the dark-skinned black character, well, I don't want to say dark-skinned black character, there are other characters that are males, but I swear I saw more black males than black females. But not only she's the only black female that I noticed on the show, black dark-skinned female, specifically dark-skinned or brown skin or whatever, not only that, she's a mean girl. And granted, you can argue that Wednesday is a mean girl too, but let's not act like Bianca didn't get introduced as like a wicked person, you know. And I don't like that. I felt like if you wanted to give representation, because I know she was the DEI hire, at least do it right. Like, you know, like, why the one dark-skinned fully black girl is a wicked woman? Like, what in the world? And or when I was younger, I noticed on shows like Victorious, you would rarely see a black female character. And if the character was like a dark-skinned black female, it was like a background character or a character that came in for like one episode, you know? Like, why is Andre's mom one of the only few dark-skinned black characters on that show? And not only Andre's mom is the only black female character, she's like crazy. And look, I did find his mom very funny, but it's like, why is the only black girl, you know, a little mentally off, you know? You know, why is she like low-key schizophrenic? And I know, sorry, I hit my mic. And I know Ariana Grande's character was kind of schizophrenic too, but like, come on now. Come on now. I felt like with the Ariana Grande thing, it kind of canceled out because it was like 5 other normal white characters or non-black characters that kind of like canceled her crazy white girl-ish self out, you know? I feel like, well, and again, this video isn't politically correct, but I just feel like with the Ariana Grande playing like a kind of a schizophrenic, ditzy, dumb girl, I don't feel like it matters for white people because there were other white people or white adjacent people. I know Victoria Justice, even though she's still white, I know she's part Puerto Rican, and someone might consider that a quote-unquote person of color. I personally don't consider her a person of color. I consider her a white Puerto Rican. You know, there's nothing wrong with being white. But I just feel like a lot of the other characters were just written better. Oh, back to the black pop star thing. You know, and I wanted to say this. I hear people online say, where's the black pop stars, the black female pop stars, dark skin in particular. And while I do want to acknowledge some self-accountability, I feel like a lot of people will ask that question, where are the black female pop stars? But won't stream no black female artists. Or they will stream them out of like pity, like knowing damn well they don't like their music. They either won't stream them at all, or like they will stream them out of pity. And I feel like a pity stream isn't a real stream. Like, we need a black female pop star that is liked and well respected, you know, like that isn't like a quadroon or octoroon, like, or just mixed. Like, you can argue, well, Doja Cat is a black female pop star. I mean, almost. I mean, she considers herself black, but I don't. Like, I consider her black, but at the same time, in the context of this conversation, I don't. Okay? Or you could argue Tyla. Well, Tyla doesn't consider herself black. She considers herself colored, which is okay because I understand the history of South Africa, and I'm not trying to make this a whole debate, but I didn't really care when Tyla considered herself colored instead of black, because like that's just how they identify in South Africa, you know. But yeah, you could argue Tyla is a black pop star. And while I can agree to a certain degree, yes, I feel this way also. When I say black pop star, I'm talking about a black American one. In my own opinion, you can have your own. Even though, like, because I am a quarter Congolese, but I'm mostly a black American because my dad is half Congolese and his mom is a black American, and my mom, both of her parents are black Americans. And I know down the line, due to like slavery and colonization, I know I'm probably like a little white, but I'm mostly black American. And so since I'm mostly a black American, I'm considering myself to be one. But I'm talking about like a female black American pop star. I'm not talking about no quadroon, octoroon mixed girl, okay? And there's nothing wrong with being an octoroon, you know? I don't care if your grandfather's white or something, I don't know. I don't care if your mom is half black I don't care if you're half black. I don't care if you're a quarter black, you know? That's your business. But I don't like how they have had mixed women representing black women for the longest time. And I feel like even on shows like Disney, you know, TV stations like Disney and Nickelodeon, a lot of the black representation isn't even real black representation. And let's say even if they do get a fully black person, lots of times, not all the time, but lots of times it's someone that's like half black, or if they're fully black, they're like light skin, or like on the light brown skin scale. They may not be like mixed light skin, but they're on that light skin brown skin scale, and I don't like that. Like, what in the world? And I know, like, we had China Anne McClain, and I'm kind of glad that we had China Anne McClain, because I feel like subconsciously she did a lot of good for my self-esteem as a dark-skinned black girl, because like she was dark-skinned and black and unambiguous and herself and free. And the TV show she was on, China Anne McClain, wasn't low vibrational. I'm not going to say she has an unsuccessful career, but I wish she can do more work. And maybe she has, because I'm going to be honest, I don't be checking for her like that. I low-key forget she exists. But I remember seeing her when I was a young black girl on TV. And I liked her so much because she was like not only a black girl, but she was smart. And I feel like this. I feel like, you know the movie The Princess and the Frog? I'm gonna keep it real. I didn't like the movie. I don't think it's the worst movie I ever seen, but I didn't like the movie. But I low-key LARPed that I liked it. And I still kind of do that now, because she's like black representation, black American representation. So I just like keep her as like in my heart, because I do think she's a pretty girl. But like, why give Disney, what in the, like, I'm going to say this. I don't remember everything that happened in Princess and the Frog. So again, I could be wrong. Again, I told you at the beginning of the video, I'm going to make a few politically incorrect type of situations. Not only situations, but statements. I'm going to make a few politically incorrect statements. I meant to say statements instead of situations. But why is the only black dark-skinned princess kissing a fucking frog in the movie for kids? First of all, that's fucking disgusting. Like, why the fuck would you have her kissing a fucking frog? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, Disney? And then, I didn't notice this when I was younger, and I'm gonna keep it real. I was kind of colonized too at the mind when I was younger. So I'm not gonna act like when I was younger I knew better. I knew better back then that no black princess should be kissing no fucking frog. But I didn't know about the demonization of voodoo and hoodoo. You know, I thought it was low-key demonic too. Not gonna lie, but as I got older and more mature, I kind of realized, wait, that's kind of anti-black and low-key anti, like, African spirituality, you know. And I just don't like that representation. Again, Princess Tiana is pretty as fuck. I might dress up as her again for Halloween. I remember I did dress up as her for Halloween when I was like 7 or something. But I can't find the picture. I wish I could find it, but I can't find the picture. But not only Princess Tiana kissed a fucking frog. Not only she kissed a fucking frog, her man was a fucking bum. Like, I felt like, and this could be a projection, but I felt like they were giving her that strong black woman trope, and I hate how black women are forced to be strong. You know, why can't I be the damsel in distress sleeping beauty, you know? Why can't I be saved by my prince? Why am I saving the fucking prince? Like, the prince, and I could be wrong. Again, I haven't seen this movie in years, but I remember seeing it young. The prince was a fucking bum. And, like, I think he was, like, Indian or something. I don't know what he was. But the prince was a fucking bum. Why do you got this strong black woman marrying a broke-ass prince? How are you a prince and you broke as fuck? Pick a fucking struggle. Like, but, okay. And I know someone has written an article on it. I'm going to try to find, not necessarily the article, but like the word for it. It's like a thing where Disney, not Disney, but like a lot of cartoons would I'm trying to find the freaking word. Let me Google it. Hold on. Okay, I found the post. It's not the original one I seen, but someone else was talking about this on Reddit, and I'm gonna put it on the screen. But it was like, it says, in animated movies, the black character is either half human, not human at all, or they're killed off. Disney has a pattern of doing this, and it irritates my fucking soul. And it's not just Disney, you know, but I noticed this too. You know that movie Soul? I never seen it, but that guy, I don't even think he was and I know, like, you could say like he was a soul, so he was a person in a way, but he wasn't a person in a way. You know what I'm saying? Or The Lion King. And even though I am specifically talking about black Americans, and I know The Lion King obviously takes place in somewhere in fucking Africa, but like, and I'm not gonna cap, I like the movie. When I was younger, I didn't like it, honestly, but now I do like it. But still, I even look at them like, why the fuck are these black people fucking animals in these fucking movies? But yeah, I noticed, back to the Princess Tiana thing, I noticed, why is the black girl a fucking frog for most of the fucking movie? Did Princess Tiana come out in like 2009? So if I was born in 2003, I had to have been like 7 years old when the movie came out. I'm bad at math. Don't judge me. But I had to have been like 7 years old. My 7-year-old self did not want to see no black queen, a black princess, kiss a fucking frog. Ew. And something else I noticed, and I'm not going to say this actor's name, because I don't have no personal issue with her, you know. I haven't said most of these actors' names, to be honest, but I notice sometimes when they do cast black women, I feel like they will cast a woman, and this is not going to be politically correct, but sometimes I feel like a lot of casting directors would cast a black woman that she's not necessarily ugly, but she isn't the prettiest, where they could have had a prettier actor. And I feel like since the actor and the non-black person's mind is like a DEI hire, they low-key don't give a fuck what the black person looks like. They just have to follow a certain criteria of a look, and they would just throw them in a fucking show. I'm not going to say this actor's name, because I might end up working with her in the future, and I really do not want to diss her. And she seems so nice. She seems so genuine. I feel like she isn't a bad person. And I don't think she's ugly. I just don't think she's the prettiest. But something I noticed, I feel like sometimes they will get an actor that isn't the best looking. And again, a lot of these white or non-black or even sometimes black casting directors, they see these people as like DEI hires, and so they really don't give a fuck who is the black representation, the black female representation for a show or a movie, you know? Oh, on Taylor Swift. Love her. Love her. I love a lot of her. I consider her like a country pop artist. I loved her in the early 2000s. You know, some of my family members make fun of me because I listen to her. But I'm going to keep her so fucking real with you. Taylor Swift, to a certain degree, is mediocre. Or at least by comparison. And let me explain. I feel like a black artist, especially a fully black one, would not be getting away with half the shit she makes. A lot of her music sounds like millennial AI generation music. Like, it sounds like it been generated by AI. And I don't think AI is completely bad, honestly. But like, especially her music now, it sounds like it's generated by AI. Like, a lot of the lyrics are low-key corny. And it gives middle-aged white women Facebook posts. And that's not always a bad thing. But again, I'm talking about mediocrity in this video. I feel like a lot of black women, especially dark-skinned black ones, they can't get away with Taylor Swift's types of mediocrity. Because her song Karma, I like it, but let a dark-skinned black artist release that type of song, that song would get no plays. That low-key, the song would be considered whack. Not gonna lie, it's gonna be considered whack. It sounds like elevator music. And I don't want to say this because I don't want to take away criticism from Taylor Swift, but I feel like I do agree Taylor Swift does get hated on a lot unnecessarily, but there is some things she does that she necessarily does needs to get hated on, like that private jet, that private plane thing. She does need to get hated on for that. But a lot of stuff people criticize her for, even with some of my family members, I don't feel like it's a real crime. Even what I'm saying isn't a real crime, but it's a astute observation, you know? Like, no black female artist could get away with writing them lame-ass lyrics. What else I want to talk about? I feel like, back to the music scene, I feel like a lot of popular dark-skinned black artists aren't even singers. I'm talking about in the modern sense. I'm not talking about like the Aretha Franklin or the Anita Bakers. And because like, I'm not talking about that. That's of a whole nother time. My camera freaking died. But yeah, I'm not talking about old school black artists. I don't even want to call Aretha Franklin old school. She's a little older than old school, but she isn't the new generation. That's what I'm trying to say. But, and I actually do listen to Aretha Franklin. I listened to her song Call Me. You know, that is a great song. You should listen to it. I'm trying to figure out what I was trying to say before my camera died. I'm saying there's no black dark-skinned stars now. Not stars, but singers. As like popular as like other non-black singers or pop stars. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, I feel like a lot of the black female stars, like singers, quote unquote, are not even singers. They're rap artists. Like Flo Milli, I feel like a lot of her success, again, I'm gonna say something very not politically correct, and I want to say this. I love Flo Milli. I have a lot of her songs on my Spotify. But I feel like as many other rappers, white or black, you know, I feel like there's a lot of, in rap music, there's this lot of, it's this macho type of attitude. And I don't like how black girls have to be macho. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like, this is just my observation. I don't like how, and this is just my observation again, I feel like a lot of musicians that are dark skinned and females, a lot of them aren't singers, they're rappers, because it fits into that macho, strong black woman type of archetype. I mean, and again, I like Flo Milli, I really do. Like, I like that song, that beef song. I like beating that nigga ass feeling like Joe Jackson song. Like, I like that song. I am not lying. What other songs I like? You do it good, I do it better. But see, like a goat mine, I got that cheddar. I like that song that she got. I genuinely do like her music. But I sometimes wonder when I see her, if she tried to be a singer, would she be successful? Now, I don't know if she can sing or not. So that will probably be the first question to her being a successful singer. But look at Chloe Bailey, even though they're not dark skin, but they're not light skin. But I feel like they're in that weird middle. Like, you know how Megan Thee Stallion is in that weird middle of being like dark skin and light skin? I feel like, honestly, in my honest opinion, Chloe and Halle needs to get back in that group and start making music. That's how I feel. I feel like their solo careers, they don't make the best music separated. They make the best music together. Not everybody needs to go solo. And I get it. A lot of people have different things going on in their life. I know sometimes labels, they're trifling. But they need to get back in that group, and they need to be the black pop stars we need. I feel that, I don't know why, I don't want to say they're not successful, but I feel like they could be better. I feel like they could be way better. I feel like the thing with Chloe and Halle, it's like they don't connect to the audience. And I don't think all of it is their fault necessarily. I don't know if it's a promotion thing, because Halle got some good music. That Angel song. Now, I'm going to keep it real, and I might be called a hypocrite. Even though I did say something like this earlier in my video, where I said something like, a lot of people would ask, where's the black pop stars, and then don't listen to them. But I actually do listen to Halle by herself, and that song Angel is a bop, but I feel like it's slept on. And maybe it's because maybe a lot of other people just genuinely didn't like the song. I like it, but I don't think other people like it, or they just simply don't know about the song, and that's very unfortunate, because it's a great song. But I feel like black singers get slept on. Coco Jones. I'm gonna keep it real. I don't listen to most of her music. I do listen to that song she got. I'm gonna check my Spotify. I don't want to say the wrong song. It's this song that she got. It's like that Britney Spears song sampled. It samples that from the taste of your lips, I wonder why you're toxic. I'm sipping on you. That song. It samples that Britney Spears song, and I like that song. But I got other songs. And I do like that Here We Go, Uh-Oh song, even though I'm pretty sure it's a sample of another song. So, my camera died again. Okay. So back to my point. I was saying that I feel like she slept on, because of small stereotypes that have been pushed by the media, over the years and centuries, and I feel like she isn't seen, I want to say as a human being, but I just feel like people, even other black people, I'm not even talking about non-black people either, but like I feel like a lot of black people, but even her, I feel like they aren't seen as dainty and adorable. Even if the black girl is dainty and adorable, they aren't seen as an equal to like a Taylor Swift, or I don't know, a Sabrina Carpenter. Even though Sabrina Carpenter, I'm not going to say she got where she was because she's white, because if you've seen some of her earlier songs, they aren't bad, but you could tell she was in the Kia Iceland. You could tell she was. So I don't even think Sabrina Carpenter is a good example, because she, even though I do think she gets away with certain songs because of how she looks, she fought hard to get out of that Kia Iceland. Like I can't even lowball her. I need to pick another person. Maybe like a Olivia Rodrigo. And I know she's half Filipino, so I know she's like a POC in a way. But I feel the same way about her, the same way I feel like Victoria fucking Justice. Look, I know she's, by technicality, probably a POC. But if I can't look at her, because when I was younger, I didn't know, because I saw her in that, the first time I saw Olivia Rodrigo, was in that American Girl movie, of that girl that was like French and loved to make cupcakes or some shit. And like, first of all, I don't know who fucking ideal it was to give Olivia Rodrigo them blue fucking contacts. Whoever thought of that need their ass whooped. They need their ass whooped immediately. They need to bring them to me so I can whoop their ass, because why the fuck would you give that half Filipino girl those blue bright ass contacts? Like, what in the fuck? I know her eyes were hurting, and it just looks crazy looking back at it, because it doesn't, like, it just doesn't look right. But it's just, that's the first time I saw her, and I'm gonna keep it real, I couldn't tell she was half Filipino. And maybe I'm just someone who is very unaware of Wasians, because I only met a few Wasians in my lifetime, to be honest. I felt like I met more Blasians than Asians, honestly. And I'm gonna keep it real, I don't even think I meet a lot of Blasians either, but I didn't know Olivia Rodrigo was Wasian. Even on her show Bizarre Vark, where she looked kind of Wasian, and I don't know how I didn't pick it up, but I didn't know she was Wasian. I thought that was just some random little white girl, you know. But I feel like Coco Jones could never get away with the type of music Olivia Rodrigo's make. And some people may feel like I'm comparing apples to oranges, and maybe I fucking am. Maybe I am. But my main point of my video before I end it, because I'm kind of fucking tired of talking, and not only of talking, but my camera fucking dying. My main point is, I feel like people of other complexions, other ethnicities, other looks can get away with some things, while people of my complexion, my ethnicity can't, you know. Thank you for watching my fucking video. Like and subscribe. Bye.